I think ultimately when we're using it, what language to use for these situations, it's actually the subject matter that's also the problem. You know, we can wrap things up in the semantics about behaviour management, behaviour treatment, behaviour change, but the reality is it's a taboo subject. And if I can make one thing clear with this book, it's the bit in the middle, which is not about restraint and it's not about prevention, that we've got to get a lot better at. And you know, there are incredibly good practitioners of the low arousal approach who, when they read this book, will say, I am a low arousal practitioner. My answer to that is hooray. So I hope genuinely that we get comments back, we get feedback back, and we keep adapting and changing this book in the future from people's experiences. It's how we learn.
Fantastic. And just one final point. At the end of the book, it talks about being a positive leader and a role model. Yeah. And it's something I talk about quite a bit, about how we should model the behaviour we expect. And I suppose, just briefly to finish off, you know, how important is that, do you think?
It's 100%. To thine own self be true. Even if you're someone who is a behaviour support practitioner, increasingly people have become consultants. They're not present with the people on the ground anymore. How do I expect someone to follow my advice if they don't think I'm not willing to do it myself? And I think that's always been a core issue, that good practice leaders, and our colleague Roy DeVoe calls them practice leaders, are people who lead, but they also are there in practice. They're present to a certain degree. Even the most senior manager in an organisation spends time on the shop floor. So to me, it's pivotal. This is a very pragmatic, on the ground kind of approach. It's not an ethereal thing you just read a book and just go out and do it.
Fantastic. And you know, I think even though I subscribe a lot to these views and things, there's a lot in here that challenged my thinking and made me think differently, and perhaps on the basis and you know, an initial read, I was thinking, well, I don't think I agree with that. And I suppose that's the key part of being a reflective practitioner, isn't it? About that ability to think, change and adapt. And it's available now on the Studio 3 website.
Yeah, it's available on the Studio 3 website.
Cheers. Thanks very much, Andy.
Thank you very much, Gareth.